So how do you build an audience of actual buyers? People that want to invest thousands and thousands of dollars into your offer, and not just an audience of spectators and viewers and toe dippers and people who could care less about what you're offering and what you're selling. If you're a content creator and you're just struggling with, like, you have a lot of views, you have a lot of people watching, but you don't really have those ideal clients, you don't really have those buyers, this video is going to change your entire perspective. So let's get into it because it's going to be an in-depth one. In this video, I want to break down the Maslow hierarchy of needs. And this is going to help you understand all of the human psychological needs and physiological needs, and where you have to position yourself as a business owner, as a personal brand, and as someone who has an online education business. At the bottom, we have the physiological needs. So these are the most basic human needs. Most people, unfortunately, are stuck here. So most people are broke. Most people struggle with, they got a lot of pain in their life. They're in a really low emotional state. They operate based on fear, stress, anger, envy, jealousy, all of this. And they struggle with the most basic things, like not being able to buy the food that they want to buy. Stuff like that, like super basic. The second thing is safety. This is basically when people want to feel safe. So they want shelter, they just want an okay place to live. The higher we go, now we have social. So once we do feel safe, once we do have a shelter, once we can basically eat and pay our bills, we want to be able to, fit in somewhere on a social level. Now, above that, we have self-esteem. So this is slightly closer to the top. This is basically when we want status. We want to really feel respected. We want to feel like winners. Above that, at the very top, we have self-actualization. So this is all about finding our true purpose and achieving and becoming the most authentic version of ourselves. This is honestly where 98% of the population is. In here, when it comes to physiological needs, people are so emotional and they live in such a, basically, like, they have such a shitty life that they're looking for constant distraction in the online space. So this is where you see the entertainers with, just like the most random content, like pranks, stuff like that, that literally like distracts people. Like that type of content solves the boredom side of things and it helps people escape their shitty situation. If you're appealing to those needs, you're not going to be able to charge a lot. And you're not going to be able to build an audience of buyers because these people are honestly broke. So they're not able to actually invest, especially if you're running like a really high ticket offer, like education offer. They don't even care. That's the thing. At this bottom level, they don't even care about their education. They just need to have some money to pay the bills and they just worry about food. Now, safety, it's slightly the same thing. Now, on a social level, you can start to charge more, but really where you want to be, if you want to build an audience of actual buyers, of really amazing clients, and if you want to charge a lot, is here. So when people are already winning in life, but they want to win more, they want more respect. They want more self-esteem. They want more status. And more than that, they want to get closer to that authentic version of themselves and evolve and change and shift their identity. These people will pay you a lot of money. And these people are actually ready to invest in themselves. So they already have the basic needs met and they're willing to invest in their future, in their identity, in their transformation. Whatever your offer is right now, you have to go from these basic, let me write down here, basic needs, right, where everybody's at. You have to go from this. If you want to charge more, if you want an audience of actual buyers, not just people that view content to distract themselves, you want to go to the higher needs. So this is what? This is identity, shifting, deep purpose, alignment, right? People that have stopped living in fear of investing, fear of spending money. They have the basic needs met. And these people right here, they're going to be the people who are actually going to invest in your offer. But see, most creators, what they do, and I did this to a degree myself in the beginning, I focused on the 98%. And as soon as I upped my prices last year, when I went from, because at the very, very beginning of last year, when my personal brand was starting to take off, I was still selling like a small program, like a small course, and I was basically doing low ticket. What I found was that I was essentially attracting not only viewers, but the people that did spend money, they were essentially in a survival state. They were here, right? Where the 98, they were especially here. Safety and physiological needs. And those people, let me tell you, are a nightmare. You don't want to work with those people. If you want to position yourself as is honestly like a creator who enjoys, what they do. If you want to enjoy your life, if you want to build like an actual amazing brand, you want to be here. So now that we kind of understand the pyramid of needs, I want you to really change your mindset when it comes to this. So whenever we're talking about offers, there are really two types of offers. Outcome-based offers, right? And then we have identity-based. Hopefully you guys can understand my actual handwriting because I'm trying to write as fast as possible. So it's kind of ugly, but hopefully I'm gonna walk you through everything that I'm writing here. So outcome-based offers and identity-based offers. Most people, in terms of creators, coaches, consultants, guides online, most people are here. So let's say, again, 98%, maybe even 99.9. Most people are just selling numbers and commodity offers. And guess what? This doesn't allow you to charge high prices. Now, on the flip side, again, keep in mind the pyramid of needs. If we're targeting the 1%, right? Let me just put 99 in here so it makes sense math-wise. If we're targeting the 1%, what does the 1% want? Identity, purpose, alignment. And these people are willing to spend a lot of money. So we don't just base our offer on just some numbers and we make it into a commodity. No, we base it around an emotional, deep transformation. It might have some numbers, but the core of the actual offer is this, an emotional transformation. And this allows us to go premium and charge a lot of money. For example, right now, I'm helping a creator with a 25K offer. Because we're selling this. We're selling an identity. We're selling an actual transformation that high-level people are looking for. We're not like, the thing with this, you have to really like get over the fear of like, oh my God, a lot of people are not gonna like what I'm doing. That's fine. 99% of people, the people on the, at the bottom of the ladder of needs, they're not gonna like care about your identity-based offer because they don't care to invest, right? They don't care about spending money. The hard lesson that I had to learn with my content was that just going viral and getting views for the sake of getting views does not translate into business success and financial success, right? So last year, for example, I had a period where I literally got, I think, over 75 million views on Instagram alone, and I think like under 3 months, something like that. It was wild. But at the same time, I had videos that got 100 views versus 10 million views that brought me amazing clients, high ticket clients. Why? Because I was targeting some very specific high level needs. So this entire thing, when you're building your offer and you're thinking about, okay, this is like the, let's say, benefits of the offer. you constantly have to ask yourself, am I like, am I actually in this offer that I have? Am I actually giving something to people that is a commodity or something that is really premium and that cannot be found elsewhere? And the more, this is your audience right here. Let me just paint the picture. So the more identity based you're going to go, the more premium you're going to go, the more of these people are going to be like, nah, this is not for me. But guess what? Your job is to only get that 1% that is even willing to pay you, again, like I'm working with someone, 25,000. Like imagine that. You only need 2 people per month to get 50K. But how do you do that? You go again from the basic needs to the really premium needs. Now you might be wondering, okay, Andre, this sounds really cool and stuff, like 25K, cool, but how do I actually find those type of needs in my market, in my niche? And that's a very good question. So let's pick an example. I'm going off the top here. Let's say you're in real estate and you're helping like agents to obviously make more money and sell more properties and stuff like that. You have a program. Now, if you would want to run like a commodity offer that only attracts viewers, you would phrase your offer like this, like I help, and the entire messaging, like I help real estate agents make more money and like sell more properties, right? Like that sounds super basic. Like you got like 90, I'm guessing like 95% of the market in that space is doing exactly that. Now, how can we flip this into an identity-based offer and messaging that again attracts, it repels just like those viewers and actually attracts buyers, because this is what you want. So we might say something like, I help real estate agents become, see, we're not talking about money, become the top go-to experts in their state while giving them the financial freedom they've always wished for. They've always wanted. I'm literally making this on the spot just to prove a point. So in here, I mentioned become, identity. In here, I mentioned I help these guys make more money. Now, obviously, making more money is cool. Everyone wants to make more money, but at the core desire, like human desire, again, at the top, if you want to target the people at the very top and attract those ideal buyers, those amazing clients that are literally willing to pay you 50,000 for an offer. If you want to attract those people, you want to target the self-actualization. So again, this is all about purpose, helping people with being aligned, helping people with being more and more authentic. Because you know what we all want at the very top of the needs? We want to just be who we really are. We really want to just be who we are deep down without faking it and just live life just like we want to live life. Now imagine in your industry right now, take a look at the competitors, see how many people are just selling some numbers, while you right now will sell the transformation, the self-actualization, the identity shifting that is based around your unique process, right? And that will get them here. So figure out in your space, what is the current state of your ICP, so of your ideal client. What is the pain they're going through? What are their needs? Get super clear with this. Because again, if you're targeting high needs, high level needs, you're going to attract those amazing people. Higher level pains, right? High level pains. High level situation. Even if they are struggling with something, they're still in a really better situation financially, on a mindset level. They're better than the people at the bottom, right? And then you figure out, this is one, the current state, and the second state is obviously the desired state. You figure this out. Right? Desired state for your ICP. This is their entire identity, who they want to become, and how they want to actually transform. What is the actual transformation that they desire? If you sell transformation, I promise you, you're going to be able to charge tens of thousands of dollars, while other people are just charging $500, $200 for a small course that obviously just fixes some surface level stuff. And I'm going to be honest with what I'm doing. If you want to DM me, you got the link down below. If you want to DM me and work with me in the one-on-one mentorship to help you scale your personal brand and coaching business and premium offer, I'm selling you a transformation. I'm literally helping my clients avoid the pain that I went through as a chaotic business owner with no leverage and achieve ultimate freedom and live the life they want to live and build a business around their dream life. To have more time to spend with their family, do stuff they love, travel the world. I'm selling that transformation. So if you're someone, for example, if you're texting me like, hey, Andre, just help me get like 50,000 followers or help me get to 5,000 a month, that's obviously a part of it. But for me, it's about this. Because I want to work with amazing people. I want to work with people that desire to achieve their best version of themselves, their authentic version of themselves. So hopefully this made sense. If you want to, again, to kind of like sum up, if you want to build an audience of actual buyers, people that are literally going to throw thousands of dollars at you, focus on the top level needs. Stop trying to appeal to the masses who are not going to invest anyway. Like they're just there to watch. They're just there to scroll and that's it. They might drop a comment. They might even DM you and tell you how lovely the offer is or whatever, but they're not going to buy. And they're not going to buy because they're in that desperate state, in that survival state. And if they do buy, they're going to be a nightmare to work with. So this video wasn't just about building an audience of buyers, but also building an audience of amazing, ideal clients that are just going to make the entire business and the entire process amazing. So again, if you need help with all of this and positioning your offer and your brands as a luxury item, not a commodity, a luxury in the market, DM me on Instagram with one-on-one and I'm going to help you inside the mentorship.